Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I have got this great collection from our friends at Hunkydory Crafts. This is the Rockin Snow Globes Concept Card Collection. What's a Rockin Snow Globe? It has a little thing like this, and you can rock it, and then you open it like this, and you can write your greeting in here. It is so cute, and my friend Debbie, she thought of a whole bunch of different ways to use this Rockin Snow Globe to make all kinds of different cards. So I can't wait to show you what she did with that. And we also have this fantastic Snowfall Miri card or Miri cardstock collection, also from Hunkydory. These all go together to make some fantastic cards. So come play with us. So let me take you through the Rockin Snow Globe kit here. So it comes with it makes 12 different cards, so you're getting these little domed plastic domes. And then you've got all of these little die cut pieces. They have a little frame around each. And I believe there's 12 different ones. I don't think there's any repeats in here. I didn't notice any last night. This is the rocking mechanism. And then you get these little borders just for funsies. And there's all kinds of different ones here. And then you get back here to the other die cuts. Some of these are mixed, so you'll notice like they put all the big ones together and then the smaller ones are sort of together. So if you're seeing repeats, it's because they're the smaller parts. There we go. Oh, that's the back side of that. And then of course they come with the envelopes, so you can put them in very nicely and mail those. And then Hunkydory is always great about doing the step-by-step instructions. And then there's some combination ideas here, which is very nice. Okay. And then for the Miri, oh, this stuff is so pretty. It's got this beautiful snowfall pattern on it. I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to show you. It says here that you get 2 sheets of 15 different colors. So there's 30 sheets in here. You've got red, teal, orange, blue, like a navy blue, a gold, kind of a hot pink, a silver. This one is just sort of a, what would you call that? No, it's that rainbowy kind of effect. And then we get into, there's that rainbowy one, pink, there's a lavender, there's a green, and there's a black, and there's black. So many different color combinations there. So let's get to this. So how do you make these little rockers? See, they go like this. Just adorable. So for this one, Debbie added a cute little bow, and that was from our red ribbon collection right here. And then she also, maybe we can zoom in a little, Steve. I feel like we're really far away. And then also added a little bit of this primary thin line border dazzle. And this stuff is great because it curves, it's so thin that it's easily manipulated into curving. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that here when I demonstrate. So let me show you how to put this together, and then I'm going to show you all the other cute ideas that Debbie came up with. So here is, that's the piece I don't need. Here is the base, and it is already pre-scored, right? And all you do with this is you just kind of put your fingers here, and you just press along those scored lines like that, and then it just goes right into the rocker. Okay. Super, super simple. All right, and then you've got this base piece right here, and then you've got some pieces to evacuate. So of course, I took these all off of a larger sheet, several larger sheets, because as I said, they kind of mix them up with where they're putting all the pieces. There's that one, and then that's the little reading. Now, you'll notice there's some little fuzzy tabs along the edge of these. I get asked often, how do you handle that? So you could take a little sanding block and you could just sand that a little bit and take it off. You could use your finger to just scrape those off like this. You could use some tiny scissors, and you just kind of take the jaws of those scissors and just kind of run it along that edge, and then those little fuzzies come off. And I always encourage people to do that because I think it looks just cleaner and nicer when you get rid of those. Otherwise, your card tends to look a little bit fuzzy. And nobody wants a fuzzy card. Some of the little tabs are bigger than others. All right. Now, on this piece, this is an awesome piece because the center punches out, which is counterintuitive. Like, don't you need the center of that piece? And they did a great job with this. Do not. And it's all stacking together in sort of a pyramid form. So let's talk about foam tape. We've got several different varieties of foam tape. These are my two favorites. So got these little foam squares. Okay, there's 400 of these on a sheet. I use those a lot. And then we've got this great big giant roll of foam tape. It's huge. And this foam tape is 50 feet or 150 yards. And it's a 1/2 inch wide and just peels off like that. So I'm going to just take some of this, chunk of that off, and we will use some of that. So the first thing we're going to do is start our little pyramid here. All right, and the way we do that is going to go like this, and then like that. All right, but then you of course have to line them all up. So let's start with our foam tape. I just like to take a little strip like this, and then I'm just going to cut it down the, oops, I didn't show you there. Cut it down the center like that, and then I just snip off a few little pieces like this. All right, and then what we're going to do is put a few little pieces right here, like that, and then this is going to go in the center, and you're just sort of aligning berries and leaves and things. There we go. You can see the little tip of its head peeking out there. Okay, we're going to do the same with this one. And then see this little hole, we're just going to cover that up. Here it has a little eye, so I'm just aligning that eye. And then I'm looking at the little berries too. And then we just have our last little piece right here. Okay. And then that's going to go right there. We're aligning the little leaves right there. Oops, nope, I want to go over a little farther. There we go. So there we've got our little pyramid, just like that. You can put that little dome right over the top of it. And then this goes right over the top of that, just like that. How cute. Now, you could also put a little bit of shaker material in that, which we'll see later. Use it just like this. So let's go ahead and get some glue. We like to use Cosmic Shimmer Specialist Acrylic Glue. And right about now, my cameraman Steve is wondering, did I check my glue to make sure it wasn't clogged before I started? And my answer is no, I did not check to see if it was clogged before it started. But look, it's working. Sits under these lights while we film, and occasionally it gets clogged, and it is just so irritating. When I use it at home, it doesn't clog at all because there's no hot lights. All right, so I'm just putting that outer, nice little metallic outer border over that as well. So that is set and good to go. And then it's going to glue right on the top of that rocker. But why don't we go ahead and put some of these little thin line dazzles on here. As I said, these are thin line, colorful dazzles. I really like this one that looks like it's rickrack. Peel that off. And what I'm going to do is foam tape this little guy right on here. And I'm going to do that excuse me, I'm going to do that first before I put my dazzle on there, because we want to see where it needs to be aligned. So I'm just going to put a couple little layers of foam tape right there. That right there. See, now I know where my space is for my dazzle. And I'm just going to kind of attach it right there to one side. And then as I attach it, I'm going to curve it as we go. Kind of in just like 1/4 inch little sections, stick it down. And just wanting to get that curve going there. Just like that. It's pretty good. And then I just take my little scissors, I'm going to trim off that excess. Right, and then I've got a little bow here from our red ribbon collection. And I can put that right there. And then I can put this on the outside, or you can put this on the inside. So I think I'm going to just glue this, oops, on the inside. And then we've got this Made with Love, and we can glue that on the back. Everybody knows that you made this little card there. And then you can take your little bow and glue that just, I think we're going to glue it right on the frame. So that's how that's going to look. And it'll just rock just like that. Very cute. So put that over here to dry with my bow. All right, now here's another one that Debbie made. All right, this one uses the Miri cardstock, and for this, Debbie used the scoreboard right here. This is the Adorable Scoreboard Mini, also from Hunkydory, and if you've never used this before, so she cut her card to her Miri card to 10 inches by, let's see how wide this is, 6.5 inches, okay? So that she then scored this, okay? So you could put it just like this. It can run off of the edge, that's fine. And she scored that at the 5-inch mark right there. So now it folds just so well right there. And then she used some cutting dies. This one is the 12 circle and scallop cutting dies. And she used this one right here, which is about 3 inches. And she put that at the center right here to cut out this hole. Now, if you have a large format platform like the Gemini or the Big Shot Plus, then that's no problem. But because this is 6.5 inches wide, you could do one of two things. You could cut this down to 6 inches wide, and then this would pass through your 6-inch wide Big Shot or Gemini Junior just fine, okay? So that would be my solution to that. Normally we would say you could put the die here, and then you could wrap this around with some scrap cardstock in there. But because of the Miri, I'm afraid it would really take your imprint more, like even more than just regular cardstock. So I'm not sure that that would be something I would recommend with this. I would just cut off that extra 1/2 inch, and then you'd be able to use that. So she went ahead and she did her dome and then her ring around the outside edge. Put one of those little borders that I showed you inside of the die cut sheets. Then she added some of those sweet little thin line dazzles in the forest green right along the top and the bottom edge, and then used a little bit of this great glimmer ribbon from the Glimmer Ribbon collection. Then on the inside she just did her pyramid. Added another little dazzle along the bottom edge. So that's another little fun way to do that. All right, and then for this last card, Debbie made, it's not only a shaker, okay, it's an easel card as well. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? I love how she did that. So I'm going to show you how this works. So And the first thing Debbie did is, I'm going to do this using slightly different color scheme here. She started off with a 6x6 card. They are also from Hunkydory. We carry all of this at Paper Wishes, so you can get yourself 6x6 cards. And then she covered the front with, it's sort of a nice blue snowfall Mary, and then she also covered the inside, okay? So that when you stand this up, it looks really nice on the inside. She scored this part here on the front, and then that's just going to fold so nicely. All right, and then what we're going to do is take our circle dies again, right here, and use the largest scallop one. This is sort of a nice purpley color, and then a silver color as well. And so we're just going to, I think I'm going to use a little bit of foam tape on mine. She didn't use foam tape on the center of hers. We're just going to give it a little bit of dimension, just for fun, just for something a little different. All right. So once again, I just take my little strip of foam tape, cut it like this, and then it is good to go. And I need to cut off some pieces. All right. So we're just going to put a couple of pieces of foam tape on the back of this circle, and we're going to center it, this circle. All right, and then got our pyramid pieces. Gosh, where are my pyramid pieces? Oh, that's really strange. Well, we're not going to, oh, that's why. I was like thinking that this had a pyramid in the center of it. Debbie did not make a pyramid in the center of hers, because that way all the little shakers can move around. So what you could do is you could take all those little extra pieces from the pyramid and you could use them elsewhere, okay? That's right. And I started to panic there a little bit. Oh no, I don't have the pyramid pieces. What am I going to do? All right, so this piece right here, we're just going to glue. And you don't want too much glue on this. You don't want your little sprinkly bits to seep into the glue. So we're going to center that. All right, and then we've got this little piece to put here, but first we're going to put some sprinkle bits on it. Now Debbie used these Merry and Bright sprinklets for her shaker card, but we have others as well that I wanted to show you for Christmas. So this is Santa's Treats, and it's got little candy canes and little red and white candies and little tiny gingerbread men. So adorable. So I am going to actually be using this robin's egg. Nope. Take that back. We also have robin's egg, but I'm also going to be using the orchid, the robin's egg, and then we have this great snow, this one's called Blizzard, and it's got snowflakes and little white sequins, okay? And I think Debbie mixed hers as well. So she mixed the Blizzard and the Merry and Bright with hers. So I am going to, this is what we do, is just take a little pinch. Okay, you want to make sure you get a couple of snowflakes in there. And then you open up the orchid ones. Come on. Don't want them to fly everywhere. And you just take a little pinch of the orchid. And then a little pinch of the robin's egg, blue ones. All right, maybe a little bit more of the Blizzard ones. And then we're just going to take this dome, put a little bit of glue on that. We're really trying not to get it on the inside edge because you want that seal to be nice so nothing sneaks out from around the edges. That's going to go down just like that in the center. A little more glue on the back of the silver one. gonna go down right on top of that. Make sure it's sealed, everything is connecting. And then I would just leave that to set for about 5 minutes normally. We're gonna let this dry for a second. And then I'm gonna add some dazzles to mine. So I've already got my fold here. I went ahead and glued that little border along the bottom that says from me to you. And then I've got some really beautiful silver sort of mirror dazzle stickers. You can see here that on Debbie's, they're on the edge here and then along the edge here. So there's like a little scrap of red and then this little border there. Okay, and I think I'm going to use I figure out which one I like to use. Here we go. I'm going to use this one. Just going to put that along the top edge. I like it because it's a little snowball. And we're going to use the other one. These just peel right off. There you go. And we're going to trim those there. As you can see, we've got the little greeting already on the back too, or not the greeting, but the little handmade by. All right, and then for the inside, we need something to prop up our easel card. So I have a little bit extra here of the border and put a length of foam tape for that right there. And I've also got this little greeting that says wishing you a magical Christmas. That can go on the inside or the outside. I'm just going to put it here on the inside so that when you have your card, it'll prop it up like that. All right, so now I think we've waited long enough. We're going to go ahead. And I like to just take a little bit of glue and put it on the fold, just below the fold. And then, I spoke too soon, you guys. It didn't dry yet. I'm going to hold it. And then a couple more dots along the bottom edge. We're only gluing this along the bottom. And because this is Miri cardstock, it doesn't dry immediately. So you have to, you know, give it a few minutes. With normal cardstock, this would be dry by now. I'm just going to kind of hold this together, okay? So it's going to pop up and it's going to stand like that. And in the meantime, we need to put a bow on that. So we've got Dot's ribbon set. And I'm going to use some of this beautiful sort of lavender ribbon. And I wanted to tie a bow because sometimes people ask me about how to tie a bow and how to handle patterns that are just on one side of your ribbon. So you do this, make a little bunny loop, okay? And then wrap around. I'm going to cut this. Normally I don't cut it because I never know how much ribbon I'm going to want to use, but for visual sake, I'll cut that. So we're going to do a little loop. It's like tying your shoes. And you're going to go around the loop, see where your thumb is, go through that, just like that. Now you'll notice you've got a pattern, and then not a pattern. So you want to take that and you want to twist it like that, and then you're just tying your bow. That looks not great, and that's where people get frustrated, I think. My bow doesn't look as nice as yours. Well, that's because my bow's not done. I always have to like manipulate it and twist it and get it to be just right, just like that. And then I tighten it, and then I manipulate it some more. Okay, and then you can cut the ends at an angle, or if you want to be super special, you fold those links in half, and then you cut them at an angle away from the bow. I always get confused. Do I cut this way or this way? I cut the angle away from the bow. And then you've got a little dovetail on your bow's tail. A little notch. I didn't get that first one folded in half perfectly, so there we go. And there you go. That's how I fold a bow that has one side of a print. All right, we're going to put that right there. And while that's drying, I'm going to tell you about our money saver. So you guys, we have a great money saver on this bundle, and these both of the Miri cardstock and the Rockin snow globes. So definitely check that out. If you're watching us on our Paper Wishes webisode page, then it's right over there on the right hand side. And if you're watching us on YouTube, then just look below the video and it's in the description box. And if you look there, you will see a link to take you to our Paper Wishes webisode page where you'll see the drop-down menu below the videos, and it has all the products that we use and also our money saver on the right-hand side of the screen. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.